So it is the holiday season, and of course, I celebrate Christmas, so I always think of Christmas around the holiday season. But there are definitely different, very important holidays being celebrated around this time of year. And one of the things that we wanted to do was find a really, really beautiful menorah for anyone who is celebrating Hanukkah. David Markstein, who works with us, of course, is someone who, he's Jewish, he celebrates Hanukkah, and I wanted him to be able to help me understand exactly what is important about it and what we're looking for, because I know we really went to a lot of trouble to find some beautiful pieces. Yeah.
And I think that this one is one of the most stunning ones I've seen. I've seen a lot of menorahs in my day. It's like, everyone has very modern ones, different takes on it, but this is one of the most beautiful menorahs. And just for anyone who doesn't know, if you're not Jewish out there, the menorah is about a story where there was a war, and the bottom line is that a candle was supposed to burn for one night, and it burnt for 8 nights instead, hence the 8 nights of Hanukkah. And so it's called a miracle that the candles would burn that long, and that's where the story comes from. But in terms of this particular one, and like I said, I've seen a lot of them, I mean, this is so ornate. It reminds me of jewelry. It really does, and it's funny that I work with jewelry, and I'm looking at this now.
So David was the lead jewelry buyer at QVC for over 20 years. He and I worked together there with the jewelry business for 20 years. And he now, of course, is in charge of our jewelry, but it is truly as beautiful as a piece of jewelry. So when he says that it reminds him of a piece of jewelry, he is definitely someone who is qualified to say that. And this is one that has beautiful blue crystals, tiny little seed pearl beads, beautiful workmanship. I mean, it really is made very much like a piece of jewelry. And I think a lot of people, it's not, so at Christmas, I get new Christmas decorations every year, not start to finish, but I add, and I always like to do something new. But I feel like a menorah is something that is truly special and truly pivotal, and something that the entire family comes around each Hanukkah. And so to have something very special in a menorah, I think just makes it a little more special when you're celebrating, because it's something that everyone really looks forward to and associates with and treasures.
I mean, a menorah is to us what kind of a Christmas tree would be to you, because it's a way of decorating your house. And I think one of the things about this one is the size of it. Now, when I say that, menorahs come in all different sizes.
Okay.
And I think this is the perfect scale for me. A lot of people like bigger ones, smaller ones, but to me, this is something that, obviously you can see it. You can see the ornamentation on it, but when you're done with Hanukkah too, it's nice that you can store this in a great place, because there's some really big ones, and so and that's fine. But
I was going to ask, as a matter of fact, I know when I was growing up, my mother had a china cabinet, and she would display her beautiful things in the china cabinet. I know when it comes to my home, I love displaying beautiful things year round. Is it appropriate to see a menorah? To put it with other beautiful things, to see it when it's not Hanukkah, or does it need to be put away when it's not Hanukkah?
I think everyone's gonna have their personal taste, but to me personally, this is a piece of art, really, and I would want to keep this outside of Hanukkah. I think this is a beautiful just decoration, and for the holidays, why not keep it out and beyond Hanukkah or whatever? I think there's nothing wrong with that at all, personally.
I do think it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Even the base,
the
attention to detail on the base. And
tilt it forward a little bit so you can see. Isn't that stunning? And that detail, by the way, let me just turn it while Kia is here. Goes all the way around, so it's really stunning.
It really is a beautiful attention to detail. The scroll work is beautiful. Again, I've seen a lot of them. This is one of the most beautiful menorahs I've ever seen. In fact, I'm seeing it today for the first time. I'm just it's just absolutely stunning.
It's stunning. So I am so glad that we were able to get something really beautiful and really special, because I think it is very important when you are celebrating Hanukkah. I think, in my opinion, because I like beautiful things, I would always like to have a way to celebrate with something that's beautiful. So it's a stunning piece. I am so glad we were able to bring it to you. And if you really, been looking for something extra special when it comes to a menorah, I think that will be absolutely beautiful.
I agree.